Hello, everybody, and welcome to this thrilling edition of Round 6. Big fight. Wasn't happy about this fight at first. Wasn't excited about this fight at first. But now I'm starting to warm up to this fight because it is quite a challenge, isn't it? We all know that Jermell Charlo is the king at 154, undisputed at 154, got all the belts. So he's going to move up not one weight class, but two weight classes to take on Canelo Alvarez, who's got all the belts at 168. So 154 to 168 for Charlo, and he's not fighting a warm-up fight. He's jumping in with the big dog at 168. Big dog. On a scale of 1 to 10, gentlemen, 10 means that he has a great chance. 1 means he ain't got no chance. What kind of chance does Charlo have in this fight, Gary Digital Williams?
I say about 4. I think he may frustrate Canelo. Charlo may frustrate Canelo for the first few rounds, what quickness he has, but I think Canelo eventually catches up to him. I think that weight jump is going to play huge as the fight moves on. I mean, by the time we get to later round, I think that weight differential from the weight jump that he's had is going to be very, very huge.
Henry Discombobulating Jones, on a scale of 1 to 10, what kind of chance does Charlo have?
Before I give you the numeric number, he has 2 chances, Slim and none, and Slim just left town. I'm going to be like Digital, and I'm going to give him a 4. I'm going to give him a 4. I don't think he's going to get embarrassed or embarrass himself, but I think it's going to be too much for him. I really think that this is a money fight for him, and he can't get more fighting anybody else, so why not take the challenge? Hats off to him.
Juan Marshall, Henry makes a great point. It's a challenge for him. He said he wants to, chase greatness and stuff. But he picked Canelo to do this at Canelo's weight class. So what kind of shot do you give him on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm gonna give him above average. I'm gonna give him a 7. I give him a 7 because I go back to what Digital was talking about the weight. Normally fighters, they concentrate, they feel better when they're not at the weigh-in weight. They feel stronger, they feel calm at their walk around weight, right? They're stronger. He doesn't have to cut that much weight. He doesn't have to cut it. He doesn't have to drain himself like he does when he has to go to 154. He can train hard at a higher weight without having to concentrate on getting the weight down, which every fighter hates doing. So he can get himself to a limit and stay strong going into this fight and be able to we got him. It's Charlie. He's the world champion. Canelo doesn't start off strong at the beginning of fights. If he look at a Bivol tape, and see what he did, maybe he has a chance to do it, and he has the skills to do it too. He's a puncher too. We looking at Canelo because of his name and what he's done in the past, but he did lose to Bivol. Bivol is a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He did an excellent job to beat Canelo. But we don't put his name in the loop all the time when it comes to fighting top talent.
Fair enough. So left jab, we got a guy at 154 going up to 168. Does that influence the question that I'm asking you? What kind of chance does he have from 1 to 10 to beat Canelo?
From 1 to 10, I would say maybe about a 5, 5.5. The answer to your question is absolutely it impacts it. Now, from my vantage point, obviously, Mel Charlo will have a reach advantage. I think he'll have a hand speed advantage. Just like Juan said, he has less weight to cut. But here's the thing that really bothers me about this matchup from Mel Charlo's point of view. I love his skills. I would never question his heart, but I tell you what, I am going to question the amount of time that he's had between this fight in a couple of days and his last fight, which was 16 months ago. I don't think that he's going to be as accurate and sharp right out of the gates as he's going to need to be to have a shot at get off to a legitimately good start and have and kind of set the tone and have a really good shot to the front run.
Both fighters are 33 years old. But when we think about Canelo, we think of Canelo as a super veteran fighter. Over what? Over 60 fights, 70 fights in his career. So is there any way, y'all, that father time plays into this matchup with Charlo?
You know, Father Time is undefeated, always will be. But if you look at it, Canelo hasn't really taken a massive amount of punishment in his career. And truth be known, aside from the Bivol fight, he's gotten better since he lost to Mayweather. Okay. And the proving ground was with Triple G, the supposed boogeyman, the monster.
Yep.
And, it might have been controversial for one on, but he handled him that second time. There's no doubt about that. So I don't really think he has anything to prove, because if he stopped today, he goes into the Hall of Fame. You know, Charlo, I'm not so sure about. I think he needs some signature victories, even though, you know, he has those 4 belts.
The main thing that he can do, though, is he can definitely box. He can definitely box, and he does have some pop. But I'm with you. I'm not really sure that that's going to carry up to 168. I would have liked to have seen him fight. I like to have seen him fight a one fight at 68 just to get ready for Canelo. I just think he's jumping into deep water. And this is not about, well, this is about Canelo's skill set, because Canelo's the best guy at 168, not named Benavidez.
I believe Canelo's better than Charlo. I think the only situation is whether or not Canelo suddenly gets old in the fight. I mean, if he gets old in the fight all of a sudden, then of course Charlo, I think, will win. But I think overall, Canelo is a better fighter, definitely a more experienced fighter, definitely has fought some better competition. And I think I do believe Henry that Canelo's legacy is secure. I do believe that. So I'm not sure this is for a fight for legacy in that situation. But I do believe that this fight will definitely help his legacy. It won't necessarily hurt it.
Let's just cut straight to the point, straight to the chase. Juan Marshall, who wins this fight and why?
Canelo, split decision.
Split decision.
Because sometimes, yes.
So Charles got a chance to get a draw or a decision against one judge.
One judge gonna give it to Charlo, I think. One judge. Close. I think. But you know what I say? What I say doesn't matter. It all depends on what happens that night.
There's a smattering, I like that word, smattering of people online that's giving Charlo a shot.
Yeah, I'm giving 1 point. One.
How does he do? Juan, how does he do it though? How does he do it?
My thing is this: I'm used to seeing Canelo let fighters tee off on us because he's figuring them out. He's always doing this, you know, and he lets them tee on. He can't do that with Charlo because Charlo has a lot of he has some power. He has some knockout power, and if he can put his punches together, and he has a great trainer too, you know, and they can figure keys in ways. It's not like Charlo's going to give up this fight and get caught real stupid unless he does something stupid.
Let me answer Colvin's question. I think Canelo beats him. I think he gets him later on. I'm looking at if not a UD, maybe a TKO. I'm kind of vacillating between one or the other, but I'm thinking UD right now. Canelo by unanimous decision.
Henry.
Yeah, I go by UD, unanimous decision. You know, Canelo, a cool, calm, and collected guy. Charlo is very impulsive, just like his twin, and emotional. And I think that he might get frustrated. You know, this is the biggest, you said, this is the biggest moment for him in his career. It's not the biggest moment for Canelo, but it is for Charlo. So maybe the bright lights hits him finally that, oh, wow, you know, maybe I wasn't really prepared for this. I didn't train, well, not train, but didn't have a fight in the last, what you say, 16 months?
Sir.
I think that's gonna tell the tale. I really do.
Yeah. Or he might think about that check he gonna get and say, "Nah, I might want another one of these checks."
That's the truth. You know, I hope it turns out to be a good fight. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Canelo by UD also. I think Charlo will do enough to stay on his feet, but that's about it. I think that Canelo is going to take the advantage, take the weight differential, and take care of business and do what he needs to do.
I love Charlo. I think he's
I do too.
he's definitely pound for pound. He is. He's pound.
Yes,
for pound.
sir.
You know, he puts in the work and everything. He's a skilled guy. But there's a couple of things working against Charlo. And one of them is that, you know, it's business over boxing. Canelo's not gonna take a fight that he's gonna be a risk.
Yeah.
He's not. The money, he does a 3-fight deal with PBC. He ain't gonna, he's not gonna, that third fight might be a challenge. That's the last fight in the deal. Right? So the first fight, he's not gonna put himself, even if he would have fought Jermell Charlo, he would have still come up from 160 to 168. So Canelo about that money. And I'm going to give Charlo the benefit of the doubt and say he's going to hang in the fight for a while. And then maybe in the later rounds, maybe Juan will see where the weight affects him. And maybe we'll see where the left jab, we'll see where the inactivity gets him. And then maybe we'll see Canelo's skill set take over. And here's the other thing too, and I'll say this last thing I'll say. You know what? Take the Bivol fight out. Just take that out. You know, Canelo fights really good when them lights is bright.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Showtime.
Never.
It's showtime for him.
It is. His eyes get wide. He's like, it turns on. He knows the crowd is there. He knows everybody back in Mexico's watching. He knows all that. And he goes out there, you know, as a veteran professional fighter, he puts on a show and he gets it done. So I'm going to say he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done late against Charlo. But to your point, Henry, I like to see a good fight too. And that's going to do it for this thrilling edition of Round 6. You need to check out Weigh In Sports TV. You should do that on YouTube. That's our good friend Left Jab Lamont's channel. Then you can always check out Pro Am Fight Talk with Juan Marshall and Boxing Along the Beltway, the Bible of Boxing in the DMV by our own Gary Digital Williams. And that's going to do it for Round 6. And we will see you next time.